had a dream, I thought it was mine. Chasing that goal, I gave it all my time. Thought the road was clear, but it turned around. When the walls fell, I couldn't hear a sound. But in the quiet, I heard you speak. You said, my child, it's not defeat. What I thought was the end was just the start. You were holding a greater plan in your heart. You're greater, greater than I ever knew. Higher, higher, your love breaks through. When my dreams fall down, you lift me high. In every storm, you're by my side. I trust you now, I'm walking free. You're writing a story that's greater than me. I laid it down, the dream I held so tight. Now I can see you were guiding me right. Through every tear, you were shaping me for a future that's far beyond what I could see. In the waiting, I found my peace, knowing your plan will never cease. What I thought was lost was found in you. Now I walk in faith, knowing you'll see me through. Yeah, you're greater, greater than I ever knew. Higher, higher, your love breaks through. When my dreams fall down, you lift me high. In every storm, you're by my side. I trust you now, I'm walking free. You're writing a story that's greater than me.
Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Cobbin with Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kaye Boehning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Rick's over here looking at me, Kaye. Both of y'all were. I was clearing my throat.
We saw that.
It was a very aggressive throat clearing.
It was. It kind of startled me a little bit.
Yeah, there we go.
Any better now?
Do you ever have those, Kaye? Aggressive throat clearings?
Possibly, yeah.
It's my smoker scoff is what mine is. From years ago.
I had a lot more when I was younger than I do now.
Hey, look, I get to do something I haven't done in a long time. Watch this, Kaye. Ready? I got to adjust your headset in a way. The little fuzzy fell off.
Yeah.
I want to tell you about the fuzzy just real quick. This is very low key information. But that fuzzy that I just put on your headset there, they're proprietary. Normally you can go on Amazon and you can buy these things really cheap and, you're good to go, right? You bought products probably before that are, hey, it serves the paper is a good example. You buy paper on Amazon, it's a lot more affordable than going out to like an Office Depot or something. Well, these little fuzzies, you'd think you could get them on Amazon. You can't. They're proprietary to only that headset, and nobody makes that little fuzzy that same size. You know how much those are if you lose them?
$300,000.
$30 replacement fees.
Really?
Yeah, $10 a piece. Whenever on Amazon for like this one, this is a different headset. These, they're like $2.
Yeah.
So we're in the wrong business. We need to get in the fuzzy headset business, Kaye. It's going to be the next. It's going to be the next venture. 0 degree fuzzy headsets is on the way.
That's right, and they'll be bright green.
Will you lick them when you're, need a candy
we'll
fix?
freeze dry them first.
Yeah, appreciate that. Hey, folks, welcome in. We are off to a great start this morning. We want to welcome you in as we get rolling here on episode 283 or 383, not 383. And so thanks for being a part of the platform as always. Many new folks are engaging with us. We had a lot of folks yesterday that were on for the first time. We want to welcome you back in if you're joining us again today. And we are getting rolling here on this wonderful Wednesday. And if you haven't noticed yet, on our website at hellohuntsvilletx.com, we have our new section now that periodically on Wednesdays you will see Kaye's Wednesday Wisdom. So we'll have stuff up there at least once a month, but maybe more frequently. We've already got something up there today, and there will be something rolling out next week as well. And so we decided Kaye is sending us some information, and we said, we'll just turn this into a Wednesday Wisdom segment, and it'll flow with the show on Wednesdays. And so we're looking forward to that.
Possibly. When you get to talking, we sometimes might come up with a new wisdom or something.
It may kind of deviate the path. So it kind of goes wherever it goes. Depends on what Rick wants to do, really. Let's be honest.
I am so full of her wisdom, it's not even funny.
When you walked in, there was this aura that was around you, and I asked what that was. It was really dark in here, and then all of a sudden everything, even the walls kind of got hot, and they started reverberating. And I said, Rick, what is that? And he said, it's Kaye's wisdom.
That's what it is.
It's
After you've been steeped in it for a while, it kind of radiates off.
Yeah, sorry, Melissa Boucher over there at Entergy. I don't need your services anymore. Rick lives across the street, a couple of houses from me, and he reverbs energy to my house now from Kaye's Wednesday Wisdom. No more need to pay the utility
No, it's not
bill.
that at all. There was a meme I shared on Facebook last night where it's like they've developed this bracelet that generates energy off of stress. And, it shows the bracelet, and then it shows teachers, and it's like on fire.
Yeah, I was going to say with those, there's a few jobs I could think of where that thing would be powering an entire city.
Yeah.
Yes.
So good stuff. I like that, Kaye. Was this legitimate, or was it was a joke meme?
It was a joke meme.
It's like the copper bracelets. Do you believe in those things? The copper socks, the copper bracelet. Yeah, I don't have any on. I have this bracelet, though. This is cool. Kaye, do you want to... We'll get our official start here in a moment, but I want to ask you about this. Do you know what that means? It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Just take a guess what that means.
Maybe Jesus?
Yeah, it's something. It is. It's something to do with God.
Those are Greek letters, right?
It's really cool. It's God, G, is greater than your ups and downs, is what that means. And it's just little symbols.
Cool.
And I saw a bunch of people wearing these. Our church gives these away at Fair on the Square. We've been doing it for a couple of years, and I've seen people wear them. I never knew what it meant. And someone one day I never asked. If you don't ask, that's the wisdom. If you don't ask, you don't know.
That's right.
So I asked, and someone told me, and there you go. God is greater than our ups and downs. So that's your inspiration this morning. Whatever you're going through, know that He is greater than all of your ups and downs. We are here this morning. Big shout out, as always, to Paul Oley, the gallery, for all of your custom framing, photography, and more. Go visit my good buddy, Paul Oley. Also, a huge shout out to Elliot Herzlich of Elliot's Jewelers, online at elliotsjewelers.com for all of your jewelry needs. Okay, I was looking. You're not wearing the diamond necklace that's been put up in the Kaye's jewelry repertoire.
Actually, one of the diamonds, the backing fell off while I was in Jamaica.
Oh no!
She lost a diamond in Jamaica.
Oh no! Really?
Or airport or somewhere.
Was it on a different piece of jewelry?
No, it was that.
It was on that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guarantee he'll fix it for you. So maybe
that's gone.
Oh, it's completely gone.
Yeah.
Well, we'll fix it for you. I got an extra one. I'll give you one. Okay, we'll figure something out. So,
and then on the way back, the other one fell out at the airport, but I managed to see it.
Oh no!
Picked it up.
Okay, all right. Well, someone in Jamaica at least they're $300 richer this morning. If you
she still got the necklace.
Yeah, it was just one earring.
Oh, it was one ear. Okay, so you take that. Yeah, $100 richer this morning.
Yeah.
Send that back to us. I know you're out there watching.
Sure they are.
They've been keeping an eye on us. Big thank you, as always, though, to Elliot Herzlich for all of your jewelry needs. Elliot's Jewelers online at elliotsjewelers.com. And, of course, here on this wonderful Wednesday, we would not be able to bring you this show without our friends from Tomorrow's Promise, Kaye and Rick Boehning, joining us today. And something I was thinking of yesterday, too, there is – I was going through other websites and media websites, and some sites charge you a subscription fee, which is understandable, and I'm not calling out anything local. I mean, it's on a national scale. Even you go to Fox News now, they don't require you to pay, but you got to put in your email address to read some articles now. One thing that we never want to do, we never want to get to a position at Hello Huntsville where we have to charge for content. And I was thinking about this yesterday because I was reading something on a national publication, and it asked me I had to subscribe to it. I was like, I'm not going to pay for that. I'll just go find something else to read. And I started thinking about this, Kaye. Not only is our foundation sponsors helping to make this show possible and to bring in nonprofits. Today we're going to have Laura Green along with some folks for Parade of Playhouses. But not only that comment, but I also think about the content on the website as well. And it's because of our foundation sponsors that we're able to provide all of that information at no charge for people. And so I just want to give a big shout out and a big thank you as always. I want folks to know that it's not just the show. When you go to our website, which is getting a lot of views now daily, it's because of our foundation sponsors as well. And you'll see their banners. We've even added kind of pro bono. We've added another location for those banners as well. Kind of Kaye has on the Wednesday Wisdom article, there's a little banner that goes up there too. So I just want to let folks know that because of their generous support, we're able to provide all of this content. And when you see businesses on this show and you see nonprofits and you see those that are involved, please go out and support them and help them wherever you can, whether it's purchasing their products and services or helping to donate to nonprofits such as Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools. Best way folks can help you, Kaye, bring your children. Get them over there. Get them enrolled, right?
That would be one way, yes, to support the program.
And the best way for Rick is eat your candy.
That's right.
So, pig out, man. Hey, there was a lot going on this past weekend. You guys, tell us about where you were at. I saw a setup that y'all had somewhere y'all were, and then that evening y'all were at American Legion.
We were at the Family and Community Coalition on Thursday morning, and they were giving out free food and free haircuts and free flu shots. And
it was Saturday morning.
What did I say?
Thursday.
Oh, Saturday. Yeah, Saturday morning. And we saw several hundred people come through.
Yeah, 0 Degree was at the farmers market, but I was helping her.
Awesome. Well, there's so much going on, on our fall festival and Halloween events guide. I mean, Michelle was busy. I had so much for her to do, and she was like, I'm still adding events. That's how much was going on. I mean, it was hours and hours of adding events to the website. There was so much going on and still a lot going. We still have a lot of fall festival events and things coming up. And when someone the other day said, well, there's not a whole lot going on in Huntsville, I said, where are you at, man?
Look at the events page.
Yeah, Saturday there were a lot of events. When we finished that, we went out to the American Legion and set up a 0 Degree booth out there for their haunted hayride.
Did y'all get to go on the hayride?
No.
Oh, man,
we
you
were
missed
tired.
it. You should just put a sign on the booth, Rick, that says, we'll be right back. And y'all should have went on that. It was, I've been on a lot of hayrides in this area and different fall festivals. That was probably one of the best hayrides that I've been on.
I've never been on a hayride.
Well,
he's allergic to hay too, so.
He started scratching.
It was getting pretty bad just sitting in the booth.
Oh, man. Well, it was neat though. They're on 10 acres out there at the American Legion. They've got a lot of property on 10 acres of land, and it's that whole back area. They utilize it just for events and things. I mean, it's just land back there, and I didn't realize that it drops off and kind of goes down and then comes back up. Well, here's the deal. I probably wouldn't have taken Braylon if I knew. I mean, you hear the word haunted hayride, you don't think that there's anything going on. You think it's just you're cruising through, right? Well, at the beginning, you are. There's lights, and there's like a little grave set up, and it's real neat. And Braylon calls anything related to Halloween right now spookies. So as we drive through the neighborhood, Paula Armstrong has been the champion of decorations.
Oh, yeah.
She has about 100,000 inflatables in her front yard. And Braylon, every time we drive by, she goes, there's the spookies. And everywhere we go, there's the spookies. If there's a pumpkin, she calls them the spookies. And so we're there, and she goes, look, Daddy, the spookies, because we're on the hayride, and there's all these little things set up. Then out of nowhere, and here's where I go with my comment about I may have not taken her if I would have known this. There are people hiding in the grass, jumping out, screaming at you. Mm-hmm. It scared me, and I normally don't get scared. Braylon laughed. She thought it was funny. And she goes, more, Dad, more. She wanted to see more of these. So I'm glad that we didn't know beforehand because it was a new experience for her, and she enjoyed it. And she goes, they weren't scary. They were funny. Says they're thinking, man, they scared me jumping out of the grass out of nowhere. So the best thing, the best thing about that was just, being there to support American Legion, and a lot of folks showed up. I think it was a great event, and definitely want to partner with Roxanne next year and kind of help spread more awareness about that. Next year, Roxanne, the only suggestion that I have, need to have like trunk or treat set up or something with candy.
I had candy.
Well, you were yeah. You did. Hey, by the way, those new freeze-dried marshmallows, man, those are good.
I'm glad you enjoyed them.
I almost think that those are now, this could start a hot war here with people that are fans of the Skittles, but I'm telling you, man, those freeze-dried marshmallows may be better than the freeze-dried Skittles. I'm just saying, Rick. So
I just thought Braylon needed some.
If you can put together a gallon tub of those, that'd be awesome.
I could.
Yeah, it'd be wonderful.
For a fee.
It'd be really good for my belly.
Yeah.
0 Degree Creations, man. Rick doing good work. Well, Kaye, besides that, what else have you been up to? I know there's a lot going on in the community. You've been active. What else is going on in your world?
We've been in the process of adding bathrooms to our third location's second building. We got the main building open, obviously, and it's filling up. And we're working towards getting that second building set up so it can have children at some point in the future.
It's a nice location over there, too. All the locations are great, but I really love the new one off Veterans Memorial now. And I didn't realize, so y'all have the one building, but there's so much room to expand. How much property y'all on out there? Y'all got a good little chunk of property, right?
Just right where it's at.
But there's that area back there where the playground is, and y'all have another outdoor playground and all that, right?
Yeah, it's got a huge playground in the back. All of our locations have huge playgrounds. But the design is it's those two buildings, and that's all it's going to be.
I think about, people are always, Pritchett Field, there's the big track, and everybody goes out there and walks around. That's pretty big. I was thinking, after hours when the school shuts down, y'all could just open up that big playground downtown. Man, that thing is huge back there. I didn't really realize it until one day I was walking across. If I get there early enough, I drop Braylon off. Was that building 2, I believe? Mm-hmm. I drop her off at building 2 before she goes over to the Pink House. And I'm looking back there. Kaye and I've walked by it. I've just never really took it in.
It's a half acre.
I mean, that's a lot of property out there and a huge area for children to play. It's got to be the largest playground in Huntsville.
Our bike path is 1/10 of a mile.
So 10 times you get your mile in.
Our little tricycles have lots of miles on them.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
Kids ride them tricycles.
That is great. Well, friends, I want to encourage you, if you're looking for a place to get your children involved and a place where they're going to learn, take them to Tomorrow's Promise. We've been so thrilled with Braylon over there. Caden excelled, too, when he was there. He'll be back once Bridget gets back into the workplace. But I'll tell you, it's just been a great experience for us. And I go back to yesterday. Braylon was with me on the show because I knew if I would have dropped her off, it was one of those kind of kicking and screaming type mornings. And so we got out a little bit later than I was hoping for. So I just said, well, I'm just going to bring her in here. And she had the time of her life. She was on the show with me yesterday. She conversed with me. And I think a lot of that goes back, and I know that a lot of that goes back to the education that she's getting at Tomorrow's Promise. It's so awesome as a dad to watch your children grow up. It's kind of sad, too, because I don't want her to – I'm like, okay, stop where you're at, but it's not going to happen.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, there's no stop button. But it's really special for me. She'll be 3 here coming up in a couple of weeks, but she's been having full-on conversations now for, since she was – year and a half, 2 years old. And again, I go back to what she's learning at Tomorrow's Promise, that hands-on education, and keeping her in the loop of, y'all keeping us in the loop on the best methods and practices. And I think reading goes a long way, Kaye. Can you kind of expand a little bit more just on the power of reading and what that does for children? I know we've talked about it before, but I wanted to get your wisdom on that.
If you read to your child 15 minutes a day, I believe it's 1 million words a year they'll hear. And sadly, the poor children in our community, there's an average of 1 book for every 300 children. And 60% of our children in town are poor. And so that's why we do the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. And the children that are read to each day, they start kindergarten with it's a 3 million word advantage over children that haven't been read to. And it's sad. I mean,
well, it's so, it is sad, and that's why it's so important. If you've got children that are 0 to 5, these books are completely free, by the way. I know y'all are partnered up with many organizations, including Huntsville Memorial Hospital. For new babies, when they're born there, they can immediately sign up and get these free books. And I know that you're also looking to expand this service now into portions of Montgomery County, right?
We're working on Willis.
In that area, yeah, that's great. My mom was frustrated because my little nephew, Jordan, is a year old, and she goes, "We don't have that here in Georgetown." I was like, "No, they don't have it in Williamson County."
The statistics show that right now, on average, 1 out of every 10 children in the United States gets a book from the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. They are sending out over 2 billion books a month.
I'm going to, full disclosure, Kaye, I like reading those books when they come out. I wish I just kind of take them for me the first time, and then I read them, then I give them to my children. They're good books.
Well, actually, it makes sense to read it first, because then the next time you read it, you can put inflections in it and things like that, if you're just reading it cold for the first time,
You'd be proud of me. I read Dr. Seuss to Braylon the other night. Yeah, I don't know.
The world is going to stop.
I don't know what happened. My brain was a mush
Which
after
one?
I read it. It was a mush. I don't remember. It's one, the tongue twister one. Someone. I
Laura said they all are.
I don't know. I don't like them. It messes up my brain when I read those things. But it was. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't the green eggs and ham one. It was some blue covered book, and I don't remember. Okay, obviously, because as I'm reading it, I'm like, why am I reading this? Braylon liked it. I just did not like. It messes up my brain.
Well,
I'm not a fan of those books.
The blue cover might be "Are You My Mother?"
No, it wasn't that one. It was about. I can't even remember. I cannot remember
But
at all.
It's okay. We'll survive.
But the green eggs and ham has a moral behind. Don't judge something just because of the way it looks.
I thought it was don't eat green eggs and ham because you'll get sick at your stomach.
No, because at the end you eat the green. He tries them. He finally tries them.
And they're good.
Yeah.
He likes them.
That teaches
And
kids
we
the
actually
wrong
have
thing.
done. We've actually read the book before in the past and then served green eggs. To see if the children would taste it. The Butter Battle book is all about racism. The
Sneetch's book.
No, the Sneetch's book's all about racism. The Butter Battle book is about war
Okay.
and how you build up, your arsenal, and the other person builds up their arsenal, and then you keep building up the arsenals. And so it's not a bad book. I mean, I read it when I was a child, and it taught me about sometimes it's not smart to keep trying to outdo somebody else.
Well, I was trying to find. I can't find the one
The
that I
Cat in the
read.
Hat?
No, it was. I don't know which one it was. It's really bothering me now.
It's okay, Rob.
Man, I'm getting kind of flustered about not even. I'm just telling you. If you've been watching this show 383 episodes in, there's 2 things that I've been very vocal about. One is I'm just not a fan of Dr. Seuss, and number 2 is I don't like candy corn.
Well, there's a lot of parents, there's a lot of people that will buy the book, the places that you'll go. And then each year they give them to the child's teacher to sign. And then they put the book away, and then the next year they give it to the teachers to sign at the end of the year. And so then when the child graduates, they have something from every teacher all the way through school. And they're given that as a graduation present. It's really neat.
That is cool. Well, y'all just keep up your good Dr. Seuss in over there, all right? I know there's a lot of fans out there, and yeah. Anyways, thanks, Kaye. And Kaye also tried to rub it in my face at the lasso. She sent me a text. Someone had donated all this Dr. Seuss stuff. She said, "You should be the first bid on this." And regretfully I wasn't Kaye. But that did go though. Somebody got it.
Oh, it went. That one went really well.
It was like a quilt. Wasn't it a quilt the books and all sorts of stuff? Yeah. Well, great. Well, friends, we're going to step aside. We're going to take a break today. How about this? Hey, Kaye, I got a presentation for you. Kaye texted in to win. I told her you can't win on the days that you're here. But Rick, Kaye's got something for you too. She won the Cafe Texan gift card giveaway.
Do I have to share it with you?
Nah, you don't have to. So
That's okay. I know where I'm going when I leave here.
Rick's Bacon's on the menu. Is it? Do they really have they called it Rick's
Yeah,
Bacon?
they've called it Rick's Bacon.
So if you open up the menu, does it say Rick's?
No.
Well, it needs
you have
to.
to ask for it.
Back in my rowdy days at a specific biker bar in the town I grew up in, there was a drink named after me, and it's called the Hip Drink. Became very popular, and I'm glad that got off the menu and got shut down. It was a good. What happened, Rick? A long time. Just full disclosure. Long time ago in the rowdy days, there was about 20 people, and for some reason, I decided that all of them should try this, and so I bought all 20 people this. It's amazing how quickly people become your friends if you buy them something. And someone joked around and said, "Man, this is the Hip Drink," and then it became, and it was in the system, and people would order that when they would go in to eat over there. So that was my claim to fame that I wasn't very proud of. So Rick, I don't know where I went with that, but Rick's Bacon needs to show up over.
It's
at
not
Cafe
alcoholic.
Texas. Yeah, they dip it in something.
Maple.
Maple's good stuff. Well, hey, we're going to take a break. We do have a couple of friends joining us here. We're excited today to have Laura Green with CASA on the show, and she will be talking about Parade of Playhouses. This is an important initiative that is back now with CASA, and we are so excited to have her on here in just a few moments as well. And also joining us, Carlton Boaz, who is one of the builders for these playhouses as well. So we're going to chat with both of them in just a few moments. Hey, I do want to remind you, I'm going to give away, how about this today? We are going to give away some... My brain is gone because Dr. Seuss messed me up a while ago. Lone Star Lights tickets. We've got a few more of those. Huge value. We gave away a couple of yesterday, and we appreciate Sheree Brabbits and our friends over at Carolina Creek. More Lone Star Light tickets. That's going to be opening up very soon, and just a fantastic way to spend the upcoming holiday season with your family. Very beautiful out there, by the way, at Lone Star Lights. We've got 2 of those passes we'll be giving away today, and all you got to do. Rick, can you see the keyword today?
I can.
What is it?
USA.
USA, as we are now 6 days away from our country's election, and so we made this week a little patriotic. Keyword is USA. Put it all together. Text that in along with your name on the Zero Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. Again, text that in along with your name, USA, at 936-339-0139.
The very important thing, go vote.
That's it. Yep. Don't matter who, just go vote. Do your duty
Well,
and vote.
I heard something the other day. Mordecai, Joseph, and Daniel didn't quite agree with their leaders that they were serving under, but they used God to fulfill what needed to be done by listening to God and doing what God wanted them to do, even though they were serving under people that weren't followers of Jesus.
Well, I don't get super
God.
political on this show, but I will say it does matter who you vote for. But go vote. And
I'm not on the.
Well, there's 35 million evangelical Christians aren't going to vote because they don't like either candidate because they're not godly enough.
Mm.
And we're not electing a pastor, so we got to vote.
Politics.
Well, we got to vote.
Yeah, just go vote. Go vote. That's the big thing. Go out and vote. Good news is Storm Shelter is open for early voting, so get out there and vote. We did. We went to Trunk or Treat. I didn't realize they were open on Saturday. I thought it was just Monday through Friday. So for the early voting. So we were at Trunk or Treat on Saturday, and I was like, they're open till 7. So took the children, got some candy, went and voted. It was super easy. And what I love, by the way, just full disclaimer, what I love about Halloween with little children, especially Caden, because he's not going to eat a lot of candy either, is Braylon. It means more candy for mom and dad. So Braylon had a whole box of candy, and we're in the car over there in the parking lot at American Legion before we got out. And I was like, man, these are some pretty good nerds. So if you got little ones, you get some good candy.
I can just see the floorboard of your car knee-deep in wrappers.
Yeah, it actually is. All right, we're going to take a break, though. Keyword is USA. Text that in on the Zero Degree Creations phone and text line 936-339-0139. As always, our wonderful Wednesdays brought to you by Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools, over 25 years of excellence. Set your child up for lifelong success. Visit them online at tomorrowspromise.info. We'll take a break, and we will have our friends from CASA join us on the other side. Stay with us. More to come. It is your show here on this wonderful Wednesday. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit tomorrowspromise.info for more information. Education you can trust. This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hi, I'm Billy Carlton, of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
40 Days USA.
40 Days of Prayer for Our Nation.
Please join Josh Wildman, CEO of Wildman Business Group and Chairman of Truth at Work, as he prays for fiscal responsibility in government.
40 days.
We just thank you. We thank you that we live in a country that is abundantly wealthy, that gives opportunity to all of us. And Lord, we just pray for this election. We pray for the candidates. We pray for our government and the officials, those that work for the government, just that they would be encouraged and that they would be convicted around the stewardship responsibility, the fiscal responsibility that they hold, Lord, that they would be an example in government to all of us as citizens to what true stewardship and fiscal responsibility looks like. We just give this to you. Your will be done. Amen.
Join us as we pray for our nation by going to 40daysusa.com to receive the 40 Days USA prayer guide and other free resources. That's 40daysusa.com.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Kaye Boehning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
All right, Huntsville, back at as we continue on. Thanks for joining us this morning for a new chapter on a new beautiful day here in Huntsville, Texas. How about 72 degrees? My wife threw a jacket on Braylon. I said, sweetheart, you don't need to put a jacket on Braylon this morning. It's going to be in the mid-80s today. Rain, praise the Lord, back in the forecast, 50% today, later on. Tonight, 30%, low of 70. It's not really going to cool off. But then how about your Halloween forecast? 70% rain. Thursday night, 40% rain. In fact, rain will stay in the forecast throughout the remainder of the week, through the weekend, and through early next week as well. On the 7-day, shows it all through. So we desperately need it. We're not going to complain about it, and we are very, very thankful for it. And so we need it, and again, it's a good thing that we are receiving that rain here in Huntsville. We do want to welcome you back in as we continue on this morning. And hey, look, we got 4 cheers lined up. It's been a while since we've had 4 cheers. So welcome in. Laura Green joining us from CASA.
Good morning.
Oh, let me crank you up a little bit. Try again, Laura.
Good morning.
Oh, there we go. There you go, Laura. Got you now. Laura joining us. Carlton Boaz joining us this morning as well. Good to see you, Carlton.
Good to see you, too.
Carlton, what's the business you're representing today as well?
I'm representing In-Pace Builders.
In-Pace Builders. We'll talk about a little bit more in a minute why y'all are both here, and Kaye Boehning as well, back with us here from Tomorrow's Promise. Laura is the development director with CASA of San Jacinto, Trinity, and Walker counties. I've reversed it there. Did you notice that?
I noticed that.
I was trying to, this is from Dr. Seuss. It jumbles up my words. But Laura, what have you been up to? There's some great things happening at CASA. Before we dig into those, just let us know kind of, you've been going nonstop. It's been good.
Yeah, it's been a year now that I've been at CASA, a little over a year, and just loving every minute of it. And we just, oh my gosh, we're so busy, but that's awesome. It's fun.
It's like, I think of Oprah, and Kaye, you remember this episode where it's like, you get a car, you get a car. This is Laura. You get an event. You get an event. You get an event. It's a good thing, though. I just wanted to commend you. A year in, and there's been. It's not that anyone before didn't do a good job. There's always been a great job at CASA, but you have really engaged CASA more in the community. I've mentioned all week about how when you're passionate about what you do, you find success. Kaye is passionate about what she does. That's why Tomorrow's Promise has been so successful. Carlton, I know you're passionate about your business and what you do every day, and you found success. Laura, maybe kind of piggyback on that. You've been here a year now with CASA. There's been a lot of success, a lot of community awareness. Just talk about your passion for the organization.
Oh, it just speaks to me what we do for these kids. I knew what CASA was before I came into my role at the organization, but I really didn't have a complete understanding of what all the advocates do and the staff does for these children. I've heard stories now that'll just bring tears to your eyes, but then they also bring joy too, because we're providing such a great service. There's a lot of good that happens from this, and so we're helping these children that are truly voiceless, that truly need somebody in their corner, and that's what we're providing. And I can't think of a better place to support. I mean, there's so many wonderful organizations to support. CASA is one of those, and we really appreciate everybody who has stepped up over the past year and several years. And one of the things about these events that we're doing, it is a lot of them are fundraising events, of course. Every organization needs to raise money to succeed, but it is also about bringing awareness to the community about what CASA is. And I think we have reached so many people in this last year through some of these events that had no understanding or even knew what CASA stood for. So that has been a huge part of my role there, trying to bring that attention and that awareness to our organization. And I'm pretty excited about it. We're really opening some doors and reaching some people that we haven't before.
Yeah, I think this year's gala may have been one of the biggest ever. Just so much support. It was beautiful. Nice turnout there for that. And again, just helping children. This organization does such a great job, and it kind of ties in today. Kaye's involved with children. You guys are involved with children. And I think it's so important what CASA does. I first became aware of CASA with my friend Marissa Austin in Georgetown. She was the director of CASA of Williamson County, and I think she's still involved there. But that's really when I started to learn more. And then when I first got to Huntsville, CASA was one of the very first. In fact, it was a chamber business after hours, and the first one that I ever went to. Dave Donahue and I were there. And they hadn't, at the time, the station hadn't been going to a lot of chamber events, so we kind of felt like we were these outsiders coming in. But everybody welcomed us so much. And I remember it was at the First National Bank building up there in the old days.
In the little bitty small place.
Up there. And I had bought and you don't really, you buy, but it goes to support. You're basically adopting a child in a way. And I still have my coaster that I bought from the Christmas tree there. Yes. Christmas in July it was.
Yes.
So it's kind of fun to think about old times.
It is.
We were at that.
CASA has definitely grown, and our new building is it's just a phenomenal place. It's providing so many opportunities that they didn't have before. Just, one of those things is to be able to have a place for advocates to come and actually sit down with their supervisor in a private setting, so they have some confidentiality and they can talk about their case. They didn't have that before. It was just such a small area. They had to share office space, and so we have that now. We have opportunities to do training events there as well, which they didn't have before, and we have a room set up just for our advocates to come and get gifts if they need to for the kids, or training materials, all those kinds of things. So those are some opportunities that the new building has offered to us, which is wonderful.
Well, there's some exciting events that are coming up, and one of them is, and why Carlton is here today, and we so appreciate his time for being with us this morning as well. We'll bring him into the conversation in just a few moments. But Laura, I'll let you lead this before we talk with Carlton more of his involvement. But Parade of Playhouses is coming back. Let us know about this wonderful event. I know it was just on a year or so hiatus, but back now. Let us know about it.
It is back, and I am extremely excited about this. This has been an event that it's a signature event for CASA. I think the last time it took place was maybe 2020, 2021, something like that. It's been a few years. When I came to CASA back in October, I asked about it and asked if we could bring it back, and Kim said absolutely. And this year, we are going to have 6 playhouses this year that are going to be up for grabs. It's a raffle purchase, and so we have, like I said, 6 builders that are donating their playhouse. They're providing everything for this playhouse, the materials, the labor, the whole 9 yards. And let me tell you, I have seen some of the pictures. I haven't seen them all yet. We're still working on getting those final photos, and those will be up on our website soon. But these are some phenomenal playhouses. And I will tell you also, even if you don't have littles in your life, you may still want to purchase a ticket to win, because some of these could be she sheds. Some of them can be a camper for deer camp. I mean, there's just all kinds of opportunities there. So they're not necessarily just for children. They're just some really pretty playhouses. But yeah, this is one of our big events, and we're so excited to bring it back to the community.
I want to get the micro manor for Rick. Kaye, if you'll allow me to get that one for him, put that one there. I want to bring in, and I'm showing right now for those of you that are on the Spirit Radio FM app. Obviously, you can't see this, but there's many of you on social media right now that can see some of these. I know there's one picture y'all working on getting the other pictures up, but that first one kind of gives you an idea. I wanted to bring into the conversation this morning as we continue to talk about these playhouses. Our friend this morning that is joining us, Carlton Boaz. Carlton, you were with Pace Builders. How did you get involved? What happened? Who pulled at you to get you involved?
Well, I'm on the CASA board.
Okay, there you go.
When CASA was looking for a new building, along with that came, issues with owning a building and problems, and so I tried to see what I could do to help, and ended up getting on the board, and they brought Parade of Playhouses back this year, so Laura asked me if we would do a playhouse, and we were glad to do one. It was really fun to get to be involved in this. When I mentioned it to our subs and our vendors, everybody was, willing to donate what they could, time, material. So most of our stuff was donated, and it's turned out really good, and it's been fun.
Has there been like a fun competition among the builders of who can put out the best one?
She keeps us in a meeting, once a month or so, and we'll update it. And I mean, it started 6 months ago, but Christmas was a long way away, and now we're almost there. So we've been keeping up, and it's friendly competition.
That's wonderful. Well, Pace Builders, tell us a little bit about Pace Builders, just your involvement, and I guess I didn't even get a chance to really to get to know you. Just let us know a little bit about your story. How long have you been in the area? Those kind of things.
Well, I'm born and raised in Huntsville. So is most of my family. So I've been here since 1981. I graduated from Sam Houston State University, and I'm lucky enough to get to stay and work here. And my dad's a banker. He's retired. I don't know how I got into construction. It was like a summer job.
Well, you had to get a loan, for the construction, right? So it all kind of
it was
tied
just
together.
A summer job, and I stuck with that, and that's really the only thing I've ever done. And just was looking to be involved in Huntsville. I plan on being here forever. So,
what'd you get your degree in?
Construction management.
Okay. I was wondering if
Yes, ma'am. So I am working in my field.
Wonderful. Well, tell us a little bit about just In-Pace Builders and kind of your involvement. How did this start, and how did you get plugged in with In-Pace Builders?
Well, we started In-Pace Builders in 2018. Me and a partner, mainly working here in Huntsville, small commercial jobs, residential, and we do some industrial work. So that's what we're working on.
Yeah, well, it's great. I mean, this is the joy of this. Again, we're talking with Carlton Boaz, also Laura Green joining us this morning. What did I almost say, Lisa? Man, I'm telling you, when I started thinking of this Dr. Seuss really has messed up my.
You're just using that as an excuse.
No, I'm not. Next time, and I got a ticket. I almost got a ticket yesterday. Officer Dawson was very gracious to me. It was very gracious, and I should have used that. Why were you going? Why were you speeding? Dr. Seuss. That's going to be my new excuse, Kaye. But going back to Parade of Homes again, Laura Green joining us with Carlton Boaz this morning. This is so neat. You think of everyone that's coming together, Laura, to be a part of this. People have to see the vision and feel a tug at their heart, and everyone that's involved with this obviously does, and they absolutely do. Gulf Coast Trade Center is involved. In-Pace Builders is involved. Markham Realty, Seal Construction, Sam Houston State University's Facilities Management, Superior Homes Custom Incorporated involved. Maybe mention a little bit, Laura, about how everybody has came together just to unify in such a great cause building these playhouses.
Yeah, what's really neat about this is you just mentioned all of our builders, and I will tell you that out of 6 builders, 5 of them are new to this program. Wow. So that is pretty exciting as well. We reached out to all these people last year, like you said, early spring, summertime. And we actually had some people actually contact us that said they would like to build a house. So that was pretty amazing as well. But we have just tried to keep those people, keep them all connected through the meetings and everything, and just sharing the vision of what this is for. This is, like I said, just a fundraiser for CASA, but it's, like I said, it's about awareness. And the builders are really excited. One of the things I think that's really neat is Gulf Coast Trade Center. The kids at Gulf Coast Trade Center actually built their playhouse. Oh, cool. Obviously with supervision, of course, but they used it as a training material as well. So they taught those kids how to build a home. And if you haven't looked at that one, you really should, because it is amazing playhouse. So there's been a lot of things there. Sam Houston State University, I will tell you, when I actually had to go out there and speak to the facilities management group. My husband is actually one of those people that works out there. He was kind of the reason that this became a vision for him. Yeah, he actually encouraged us to do it again. And so I went out there and visited with their team, which was about 100 people. And my first thing was that I asked them is, how many of you know anything about CASA? And I think 3 people in the room raised their hand. Wow. And so that was a pretty eye-opening experience, just being able to share what CASA is and that vision. And by the time I finished, everybody in that room was on board. They really wanted to support this cause. And so they got permission to be able to do that. And so I think it's really neat to be able to have Sam Houston represented in this. So we have some builders. We have some builders that are learning things too, so it's just been a really neat experience.
Carlton, what are some of the different, and I'll talk in a moment about how people can actually try to get one of these playhouses, but Carlton, let us know a little bit about what they look like, specifically maybe y'all's at your building. What can people expect? What are these playhouses? I mean, what are they going to be like?
Ours is tailored a little bit more towards the ladies as far as the she shed. The name of it's the Evergreen Escape. It's a greenhouse. So it has a transparent roof, mainly all windows. It has a floor in there. A
pink door.
Pink door. A chandelier, some exterior sconce lights. So we tried to tailor to the ladies.
Some Kendra Scott, earrings kind of hanging in there, necklaces. Laura's like, yep, keep talking.
I'm going to have to get permission to put it on at my, I don't know if I can do that at my house.
And just if when you have kids, you may have a playhouse, but the kids are going to get big and they're going to move on. So at least it's something that someone could use even after the kids leave for another purpose.
That's a really good idea, too. Really good design for that. I think that's great. Laura, how can folks get involved? You know, obviously the builders are building these, but there's somebody out there that says, hey, I want to get one of these. How can they do it?
Well, you have to buy a raffle ticket to win. We have raffle tickets for $25, or you can buy 5 for $100. When you buy a raffle ticket, you can pick the playhouse that you would prefer to win. There'll be a place for that on the ticket, or you can just be put into a random draw. So we'll have six buckets to choose from. You know, we'll put those in there, and we'll draw for those winners. There's places that they can buy tickets. They can purchase them online or through Venmo, and all that information is on the CASA website on that event page. We also have some places in town that you can purchase those. One of those is Walker County Federal Credit Union. They are our presenting sponsor this year, so we're excited about that. You can purchase them at Vera Bank, at the Story Team, Markham Realty, First Financial Bank in New Waverly, and then, of course, the CASA office. So those are all places that will have tickets available. Ticket sales do start on Friday, so they'll have those available. So just reach out to those. And then we're going to have some one-day pop-up shop sale type thing events that you can go to. Those are going to be, one is Saturday, November 23rd. It's going to be at Brookshire Brothers in Trinity. We are also going to bring in Santa. So if you have your kids and you want to go out to Brookshire Brothers in Trinity, you can take a selfie with Santa. He is just a phenomenal Santa Claus, and so I encourage you to do that. And then we'll have the tickets there. We're going to do another one on November 25th, which is a Monday from 10 to 2, and that's going to be at Vera Bank. Vera Bank is going to have one of the houses, the one from Sam Houston State, will be showcased there. So they'll have an opportunity to have Santa again, selfies, and we'll have cocos and cookies with Santa. The kids are out of school that day because it's Thanksgiving week, so bring your kids out there. And then on December 5th, which is a Thursday night, we'll be at Double Dave's Pizza. That is their bingo night, and we're going to be set up there and be doing that as well. So there's 3 pop-up sale days. So there's lots of opportunities to purchase a ticket, but you can't win if you don't buy one. So
that's right. Well, this is great. I mean, there's so many folks. Can you let us know? I know there's a lot of folks that are helping Laura to make this possible. You mentioned Walker County Federal Credit Union as the presenting sponsor. Raffle is sponsored by Iron Brothers, and the parade sponsor by HEB. Is there going to be like a parade of these houses? How does this work?
So yes, we will have all 6 playhouses in the Huntsville Lions Christmas Parade on December 7th. So if you haven't got around town to actually view them, which I don't know how you could miss them because they're all going to be in prominent places, but you'll be able to view them all at once in the Christmas Parade. The other neat thing about that is CASA will actually have a float as well to lead the parade. So we will have 7 trucks and trailers in the Christmas parade. We're going to take up an entire block pretty much at one time. So it'll be a really neat opportunity to showcase CASA and to showcase these playhouses. And, you know, there are so many people involved. Like you mentioned some of our sponsors. We have other sponsors as well. If I start naming them, I'll miss somebody, so I don't even want to go there. Right. But we have several sponsors that are providing funds for this. And then our builders have they have just knocked it out of the park. So be sure you watch our Facebook page. We'll be showcasing several of those throughout the next month. As we get those photos, we'll put them up on our website. So watch for that.
Awesome. Well, Kaye and I are going to bid on. We're going to get some raffle tickets, and that'd be pretty cool. Kaye, you get one, I get, and we each win one. Wouldn't that be awesome?
You just put it in that neighbor's yard?
Yeah. No. Then you could kick Rick out of the house, and Bridget will kick me out. Rick, we'll just stay in our little sheds. So we're good to go. Well, this is so great. Again, be a part of this. We put the information up on the screen a few moments ago, but you can go to the website casaofwalkercounty.org for more information. I did want to ask one final question here in just a few moments as we continue on about this, and you've already told us, Carlton, just kind of how you got involved with CASA, but I did want to ask you this. Just talk about just your heart for this and the passion that you have for it.
Well, I wanted to be involved with CASA once I learned what their mission was. And, people think that they may not have – everybody's got different talents and good at different things. So even as far as CASA, which is advocating for children, and me as a builder, I'm still able to bring my talents and help in many ways, and other people are able to do the same thing. Just bring their talents, and it's a very diverse group of people, and everybody comes together and works for the goal.
Yeah, well, that's good. I love that you mentioned that, and you brought up the inspiration, Carlton, because I always try to find it. Every day we have something that's inspirational here on this show, and you just brought it out that I want to remind everybody you have a talent. Don't ever feel inadequate. Whatever you do in life, there's something that you do well. And I believe that for everybody. I believe every single person has something that they do well. Find a way today to do what you do well and use that talent to benefit somebody else, such as an organization like CASA. I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because that was kind of on my heart when you were speaking that. And don't ever feel inadequate. Some of you may be waking up this morning and feel like, man, I just don't know what I can contribute. You all have God-given talents. Utilize those, and I guarantee when you utilize those to help out an organization like CASA, you're going to feel a lot better, and it's going to really help you fulfill purpose in life. Some people wake up every day and they're like, man, I just don't feel like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm contributing. Everybody has value, Lord, and you see that every day with folks that come into CASA and help.
Absolutely, and a lot of people used to think that CASA just needed advocates, which advocacy is our mission, obviously. But there's other ways. Some people just have told me, I just can't be an advocate for whatever reason that is, but they still want to support CASA. And there are so many ways to do that. For instance, Carlton's serving on our board. He is also an amazing volunteer. Anytime we ask Carlton to do anything, he jumps right on it. He's really a wonderful guy.
You're the guy. You're the kind of guy that like rolls the window down, not the window up.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
That's good.
But there's opportunities to volunteer on committees. There's opportunities to support by donations. We have the toy drives coming up, so we're looking for those, because we try to provide toys for our kids because they're so deserving. And these families that take these kids in, a lot of times they have other kids in their home too. So it's a financial struggle for them. So we're providing toys. There's ways to support financially if you wanted to give $10 a month and just support the mission. So there's so many different ways that you can support CASA, and I'm sure that is for other organizations as well. We are a very small community, but we have really big hearts in this community, and I am so thankful for that so many people are looking to find ways to support.
Absolutely. Well, Lord, before you go, I know a lot of other events going on. Highlight some other things. I know Food Truck Fridays have been going well. Talk about just some of the other events y'all have going on.
Yeah, so Food Truck Friday, we have started that back in, I believe it was June. And we're doing that on the first Fridays of the month, unless it interferes with a holiday type event. So that is coming up this coming Friday. It will be at McWilliams Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. We have been showcasing Frank's Taco Station, which has been a huge success. One thing about Frank's is a lot of people really enjoy his food, but they don't have time to drive to Riverside for lunch, especially.
Yeah.
So this is the one time a month you can come to town here in Huntsville and get your Frank's Taco fix and support him, support McWilliams. They are providing the location for us, and then supporting CASA. So you're doing three people right there in one stop. You can also, if you're interested in pre-ordering and having it ready when you arrive, just contact CASA and we'll give you that number. So a lot of people are trying to do that just to cut down on the wait time. But he has a full menu of great things. I say full menu. It's a big menu. It's not a full menu, but it's a big menu of tacos and burritos and nachos and messy fries and just a little bit of everything, and it's all wonderful. So we're doing that, trying to do that every single month. There will be a little switch up in December, so stay tuned for that. He is going to be busy out at Lone Star Lights, but we hope to have him back again because he's just great. And then we also have a profit share tomorrow, and what that means is we have local businesses that partner with us. If you go to their business, whether it be a restaurant or a retail merchant, and you spend money there on those profit share days, they donate part of those profits back to CASA. And tomorrow we are going to have that. Not tomorrow, that's today. It is Wednesday the 30th, isn't it?
Yes, Dr. Seuss is messing you up, too.
Yeah, it's messing with me. It is today, at City Hall Cafe, and that is all day long. So you can go for lunch, you can go for dinner, you can go for a snack of pie in between, whatever you want, and just, you'll support CASA and you'll support City Hall Cafe while you're there. So lots of opportunities to support CASA.
Do you have to mention CASA?
I don't think you have to mention CASA. I think it's always nice that you do, because then they know, hey, they came today because they heard about it through CASA. But they're going to support us no matter what. They have been a great partner with CASA in the past, and so that's pretty exciting.
That's great, yeah. You know, there was something fun. I used to joke around, and sometimes joking, there's either two things. Kaye, there's two things that could happen from joking around. What are the two things that you think could happen? It's trivia. Two things that could happen from joking around.
People take it seriously and don't realize you're joking, and they laugh.
Yeah. It's either something good or bad, right?
Yeah.
So City Hall Cafe took it serious one day. I walked in. I said, hey, I just heard. I used to make up stuff all the time because you never know what it's going to lead to. Yeah. So I walked in. I said, man,
I don't believe him
I said,
either.
I was listening on the radio, and I said, man, I heard y'all were giving away some free food today. And they kind of laughed. I said, we don't advertise on the radio. And they said, but where did you hear this? And so I just and I was totally joking with them. I told them. And I said, I'm just kidding. And she goes, no, it's funny you brought that up because actually we do have 42% off today, but you have to mention it. And so, see, it worked in my favor. The reason was they used to, I don't know if they still do this. I don't even know if it was known in the community. But the day after a Bearcat win, they would offer the percentage off of how many points Sam Houston scored.
I didn't know that either.
And so it was like 42-7. So they told me, they were like, so I said,
that was significant.
Yeah, and I was like, what about we played Oklahoma Panhandle State as an NAIA school, had no business playing, and we beat them like 72-7. So I'm sitting there thinking, my goodness, you could have got 72% off on that game. Kaye, if they scored 110 points, you get $10 for going in and eating. I don't know if and if y'all are from City Hall Cafe and I said something out of line that y'all don't do that anymore, or I misspoke, but that day I got like 47% off or something. So you never know, Colton, what's going to happen whenever you do that, man. Yeah. So just a heads up on that. So
and like I said, this is a way to support CASA just by eating. So
there you go. Go in and eat. And Carlton, you never know, man. So just walk in. Next time you walk in, just say, hey, I heard on the radio. And everyone, you can always say that. I heard on the radio that da-da-da-da-da. You never know what it's going to be.
Saw it on the internet. You can say that.
I will say this. Kaye and Rick have joined us a time or two for we have something called the Billy Cawthon Restaurant Report. And we invite the community every Friday to go eat with us. Billy comes up with the place. I am going to nudge Billy to do the restaurant report at the trailer this Friday.
There you go.
So
that'd be awesome.
That way, not only is it supporting CASA, but we do it every Friday anyways. We'll support Frank. We'll support. I mean, it supports everybody.
And I also want to mention at that event, one of the Playhouses is going to be set up at McWilliams, and so it will be there that day too. That is going to be from Seal Construction, so you'll be able to see that one.
So if you drive by and you see like some jolly little man in there poking his head out the window, it's Rick. Just say hi to him. Yeah, Rick's. Yeah, Rick's like, I don't know about jolly, maybe kind of the angry elf in there.
I like curmudgeon.
We'll see. Well, Lord, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate y'all. Carlton, thanks so much.
Thank you for having us.
Such a blessing getting to know you and all the great work that you guys are doing here throughout Walker County and supporting young people. It's so important, the mission and the vision. Just like Kaye has with Tomorrow's Promise and the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, we have so many great organizations in Huntsville that are giving back and supporting. So. And I'm still sitting here, Laura, 383 episodes into this, and somebody said, well, you're going to run out of stuff to talk about. I was like, no, we're
Have you met Rob?
Yeah, we don't have any. We've got too much we've got more than enough to talk about. Yes. And we're going to keep highlighting the good here in our community. By the way, Laura joins us every month. We have them on talking about the great things happening at CASA. I think you guys are even coming back on again next week for something.
We are.
So we're going to have you all right back on. We had to pay Laura $500 to be here today. No. So thank you for that, Laura. I'm just kidding.
He is just kidding.
Carlton's looking at me. He's over there like, where's my money at, man? Just kidding. All right, we're going to take a break. Did you have any final questions, Kaye?
No. Laura does a really good job of explaining things.
Yeah,
I try.
Anything, because I get jumbled up because of Dr. Seuss, I will just start sending you what I'm trying to say, and then you can decipher it for me. All right, Laura? Is that good?
That's perfect.
Hey, something else I noticed, too. I don't want to give away anything. Well, you put it on social media. But, man, I was cruising through the neighborhood. You had like 50 cars at your house one day. I was like, man, y'all got a party going on over there. It's a pretty fun event that y'all have from time to time.
It's crazy. We started watching.
Is that okay that I mentioned that?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. It's like, that's kind of random, but
Because I was thinking of Paula. She always has cars out because they do a poker
Paula
night
does
over there.
always
Yeah.
have cars. Hers, yeah, she does. We started a Survivor group. We watched the show Survivor. We started watching it, 20 years ago.
Wow.
Well, we started watching it from the beginning, but 20 years ago, we created a group of people. We meet each month. At the beginning of the season, we all pay $25, pick a player, and then we rotate houses. And when it's your turn, you provide the meal.
Oh, that's so cool.
Then we watch the show, and of course, we have a lot of comic relief during that. Getting mad at our player. And at the end of the season, whoever's player wins Survivor,
you
win the pot of money.
How cool
so it's about
is that?
$450. We have 18 people in our group.
That's so cool.
It is a lot of fun. It's just another way to fellowship.
Yeah.
And, my player is out, and so is Glenn's. His went out last week, so we're out of the money, but
it's still a lot of fun.
Out of all the seasons, because there's 2 seasons every year.
I didn't know
or
that.
Two seasons every year, and so we've been doing it for 20 plus years, and I've only won one time.
Maybe time to stop.
So my odds are not in my favor.
I mentioned it just random things, but I mentioned that because Kaye had talked about all the things that you do in the community. I'm sitting here thinking, Laura really is the events queen of Huntsville. Like not even just CASA, but everything. So
it's just so fun.
You do
like
such
social.
You do a great job, Laura. We appreciate you so much. So, well, all right, we're going to take a break. Rick rejoins the conversation when we come back. Again, more information online at CASA of WalkerCounty.org. As always, we wouldn't be able to have our friends from CASA here without the generous support of our foundation sponsors on a Wednesday, including Tomorrow's Promise. Tomorrow's Promise is online at tomorrowspromise.info. Over 25 years of childhood excellence and education excellence. When we come back, we're going to talk. Kaye has some Wednesday wisdom, embracing joy with a fall festival instead of Halloween. So we're going to kind of twist it a little bit here and talk about fall festivals and why they're so important. Kaye's got some really good wisdom for us, so make sure that you stay a part of that. We are giving away Lone Star Light tickets, and all you got to do is text in USA along with your name on the Zero Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. Final opportunity to text in to win coming up. Stay with us. This is your show on a wonderful Wednesday, brought to you by Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit tomorrowspromise.info for more information. Education you can trust.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
All right, friends, back at it, 8:39 as we continue on this journey. Thanks for hanging out with us here on a wonderful Wednesday. Kaye, my brain is like frozen today. You ever have days where you just freeze? Like your thoughts? I feel like it's getting worse with me. You know, it's weird. I'm trying to be positive, but I don't know what the deal is. Just today's been one of those.
Usually it's when I'm sick.
I hope I'm not getting sick. It's just weird. Like, I know, I've noticed this really over the last few years that even in sports broadcasting, I would forget players' names that I've been calling for 2 years. I just forget. I'm not able to retain information like I used to. And I guess it's just, I'll just say it's Dr. Seuss. I mean, I don't know any other excuse.
Well, you know, there is an old saying, if you don't use it, you lose it. So have you been using your brain?
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you been learning new things?
I've been trying.
I forget names a lot. She has to help me sometimes.
It's weird. And here's some encouragement. Please don't get offended if somebody forgets your name. That is like my biggest pet peeve. If someone forgets your name, it does not mean that they don't care about you. Someone told me once, they made it sound like they were joking, but I don't think they were. Like, they were visibly offended that I had forgot who they were. I knew them. I just stumbled on their name. And I've known this person for years and years, and this was back in my hometown. I knew them for a long time. But they got really upset that I could not remember their name, and they go, I guess I'm just not important enough to you. And I was like, no, that's not it. I just have a lot. And then I made the mistake of saying I just have a lot going on. So then they're like, well, I guess you do. Chill out, man. Just chill out. I
usually say my Somheimers is kicking in because sometimes I just don't remember.
Somheimers, I like
Somheimers.
that.
Sometimers.
So just chill out. It doesn't mean, man, if I forget someone's name, it doesn't mean that you're not important or that you're not. It happens. It's just part of life. And I've had numerous people tell me, who are you? I forgot who you were. I didn't get offended. I was thankful because I got to tell them again, start yakking at them again, so it was good. But, Kaye, we got some Wednesday wisdom. Halloween right around the corner, but we see the word Halloween. We see the word Fall Festival. Dig into this today and let us know your thoughts and your Wednesday wisdom.
Well, first off, people are talking about it raining and things like that. Think about the people in the nursing homes. And some of those people never get visitors. And a lot of the nursing homes will get candy so that the residents could pass it out to the children. And take your children to the nursing home. And, it brings such joy to those people's lives. And, sorry, but yeah, you get a lot of candy when you go trick-or-treating. But is that what it's about? I mean, because the children can't eat or shouldn't eat all the candy they usually get. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes it gets thrown out or this or that. And so, if you're going to make a difference, make a difference in that old person's life and bring some joy. My mom and dad, last year were in a nursing home. And, Dad's since passed away, but they had trick-or-treaters come to the nursing home. And it they talked about it for months afterwards.
Yeah.
About the children coming in, and they
Yeah.
got to see the different costumes.
And when I'm in the
things like
nursing
that.
home, I would like to see some children occasionally. Not often.
So,
Can I piggyback very, very briefly on that, Kay?
Yeah.
My mother, love my mom. Mom, I love you. Most special outside of Bridget, obviously my wife. Me and my mom's the most special lady in my life, and my daughter. But I've got 3 special ladies: my mom, and my sister. You start naming people, and you leave off people.
Yeah.
Long story short is my mom was an LVN at a nursing home for many, many years, 30 plus years. And she would, I'm not going to say my mom ever made us do anything, but she would kind of make us go to the nursing home when we were young. And I had developed a love for the nursing home and for the residents of the nursing home. My mom wanted us to go up there because they always asked her about us. They wanted to see us, the residents. My mom was very hands-on. She just loved everybody there that she took care of. She just has a heart of gold. And I loved it. I loved going up there. And we went up there on Halloween, and I'll never forget, they had all sit around in the little dining area. Mm-hmm. And what you just said was the opposite. They would flood us with candy. I liked going there more than trick-or-treating because I could just get all my candy in one swoop. And I'd say, "How you doing, Mr. Smith? You just look so handsome tonight." I knew the keywords. And when I throw out them keywords, that would induce more candy into my bag. I'll never forget the best thing, and this is where I developed my love for ginger ale. There was always a lady that gave away cold ginger ales there for Halloween. And so that's where I got ginger ale, and I got loaded with candy. And tonight, there is a special trunk or treat going on tonight at Sundell Senior Living. This is tonight from 4 to 6 p.m. And so you can go there first and then come over here to First Baptist because we're getting started from 5 to 7 tonight. Indoors, we're going to have games. But I really want to take Braylon over to Sundell at 4 o'clock and, have to take her out early over at Tomorrow's Promise. But thank you for mentioning that because it is so important, Kate.
Yeah. Now, at the school, we do not do a Halloween party because that's kind of something for the parents to be special. And so we do a fall festival on the Friday. We'll do it on the 1st. And when we're talking in October, we'll talk about spiders and skeletons and pumpkins and harvest and things like that, things that are real. Because in Montessori, we want to teach the children the real things first before you start talking about mythological things. Because there's so many things in the real world, so many things that they need to learn about and experience and things like that before they don't understand make-believe. And so it kind of confuses them. But, each parent, they're just like Braylon. When she went to the hayride, she could have had a totally different reaction, and been screaming and traumatized and everything, or she could think it's funny, But as a parent, you're the one that makes that decision, and you're the one that handles how she reacts to it. But when you put, like if we had a Halloween party and we said, just bring friendly characters, well, there's going to be a parent that doesn't listen and puts their child in a scary costume, and then you have some children that are on the spectrum, and that's going to upset them, or just some child that's frightened because, somebody's wearing some kind of costume that scares them, and then the parent's not there to help their child deal with how the parent wants to handle that. So I had one Halloween party the very first year I was in the school, and we had a variety of costumes, and some of the parents were upset because we went outside and played after that, and that was their costume they were going to wear that night, and they couldn't afford another costume. And children, so they had a rip in their costume. And then we had a couple that got scared, and it was like we had a blast with the party, but it just wasn't worth all the issues that it caused. And so from then on, I have focused on the real, and I went back to my Montessori roots and said, okay, we're going to talk about what's real, And like at Christmas, we talk about not what you're going to get for Christmas, but what can you give for Christmas.
That's good. I like that. That's really good. Well, we have the full article up, by the way, what Kaye was discussing and the reason at Tomorrow's Promise why they celebrate the Fall Festival. I love the information in here, and it's something that all of us can take away for those that may be thinking about hosting events. Go over to our website, hellohuntsvilletx.com. Full information is there that Kaye put out, and it is part of our new Wednesday Wisdom section. Not only do you hear the Wednesday Wisdom here on the show, but now you'll be able to see it on the website as well. And just really good information this morning, Kaye. So thank you for that.
Yeah, but I mean, we've got company coming, so we can't do Halloween this year. But we've always put out candy and answered
at our
the door.
private house.
Yeah, answered the door of our house and.
Well, we didn't last year. I don't know.
Well,
Rob said he came by, but I did not.
I beat on the door. I literally took my elbow and I was like, "Open up!" And
no, that did not happen. I was sitting at my computer. Might have had my headphones on.
I mean, I looked, Rick, and the glass is still broke. The window pane is still broken for my elbow. I mean, that's how much I was trying to open the door, You
could have just opened the door and come in. Candy was right there.
Could have just walked in and did it. Well, that's great, though. Well, a lot going on in our community. Head over to the HelloHuntsvilleTX.com website. You can click on Halloween and fall events, and everything is listed out there. As those days drop off, though, the events, you won't see all of them. So events that have already passed, they're no longer on that page. But the upcoming events are still there. And just like you had mentioned, go by tonight, Sundale Senior Living. At 4 o'clock, they're going from 4 to 6, and go out there. It brings so much joy to those residents.
Yeah. It's just such a simple thing.
It's amazing to see, folks when they see those and just how, I don't know, it's like I remember whenever we did these growing up, and like I said, my mom would say, "Hey, y'all come up here," and the joy that it brought to those residents was so tremendous. And you just mentioned, like your dad, they talked about it for a long time. And go out and just, again, love on people. It's part of loving on people and being involved. And there's nothing that brings, I believe, an elderly person more joy than that of children. And so it's a good time. What about Santa? What's your thoughts on Santa? Does he ever make an appearance? What's up with Santa?
We've done Santa pictures before.
Santa's brother.
I have been Santa.
Rick Claus. Instead of Rick James, it's Rick Claus. I'm Rick Claus.
I used to be a little more round.
Everybody has a different opinion on teaching about Santa Claus. And so, again, I try to focus on, what can you do for somebody
We
for
don't
Christmas?
disillusion children.
No. We don't tell them that Santa doesn't exist. We don't tell them Santa does exist. It's just kind of, oh, that's nice.
That's one. It's one of those you leave up to the parents.
Right.
Leave it up to the parents.
Yeah.
But Christmas is about giving, not getting. And so children, the first thing is like, I want this for Christmas or I want that for Christmas. And, you'll hear people say, what do you want for Christmas? And so I try to train my teachers to say, what can you do for Christmas? What can you do for your mommy? What can you do for your daddy? And instead of, what are you asking Santa Claus for, kind of thing.
All right, well, there you go. One of my, I did briefly want to touch, and Kaye, thank you for the Wednesday Wisdom. I did want to briefly touch on this because I'm not a fan of this day. Do you know what today's the national day of? It's National Candy Corn Day. It's absolutely disgusting. Did you bring some freeze-dried candy corns to us? Did you do that? Or
I made some. I don't think I brought
I think
you.
Clay brought us some last year.
Yeah, I made some, and I've sold some, but I don't care for it. My sister loves it.
Garbage. National Garbage Day also, by the way.
Yeah.
So it kind of goes together. Just kidding. All right, let's head over to our Zero Degree Creations phone and text line. We got a winner today of those tickets for Carolina Creek.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, who's this?
How are y'all?
Always Earl.
I recognize the voice, but I can't place it.
Is this an obscene phone call?
Well, I'm pretty obscene.
No, this is family friendly, ma'am. This is family friendly Christian radio.
Oh, gosh. How are y'all doing?
What are y'all? It sounds like y'all are driving right now.
We are. We're actually taking our little pup to a Magnolia Kennel for doggy daycare.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. It sounds like Linda Horn, the randomizer, has been faithful to you. It got Richard last week, and now it's got you this week.
Good.
Have y'all been out?
I was.
Have y'all been out to Carolina Creek before to the Lone Star Lights?
We have not, and I promised her we would go this year.
Well, there you go. Now we got some free passes for you. How about that? Just make a donation, though. In return, just make a donation to Rick, Kaye, and Rob, if you don't mind. We'll give you our Venmo.
We can do that.
I think those tickets, what are they, Rick? Like $40 or $30?
Yeah, they're pretty expensive.
So instead of 40, how about we just offer the passes to you for 30?
I think you're supposed to give it to
well, that'll work.
No,
that'll work. That's a good discount.
Well, it is Richard and Linda. We appreciate y'all. You know, Richard and Linda have been engaged with us. I mean, how did y'all originally find out about us? Just randomly one day on Facebook?
Randomly on Facebook.
Wow, and now they've been engaged.
They come to our Friday dinners or Friday lunches.
Yeah, y'all come eat with us. Y'all, you know what? I wanted to tell you and Mr. Horness, y'all have just became such good friends, and you don't know how much we appreciate y'all.
Well, I appreciate you guys, too. It's always so much fun, and we enjoyed meeting your children this weekend at the trunk or treat. And just had a good time. I was telling Richard about how Braylon calls the Halloween decorations spookies.
She did not learn that at Tomorrow's Promise, by the way. That's Daddy teaching her that. So Kaye would teach her the real words.
I thought maybe Rick taught her that.
Yeah. Well, no, what happened was she saw Rick one day, and she goes, "I'm spooked, Dad." And so she started calling Rick Spooky, and that's how it started. So.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, congratulations to you guys. We'll have those here for pickup, and then Kaye's got a question for you.
What are you thankful for today?
I am thankful for life. I'm thankful for my husband. I'm thankful for our family and friends. It's just been good being here. We've been in Huntsville since 2011 and have just really grown to love this community.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate y'all. Love you guys, and God bless you, and thank y'all for all that you do. And we got Lone Star Lights coming your way, courtesy of Cherie Brabbitt's Carolina Creek.
Well, thank you so very much. I'm definitely going to enjoy those.
All righty. Take care. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
All right, there you go.
I like those guys.
Great folks. A lot of fun. Richard's just you talk about a man's man. I kind of think of Richard as a man's man. You know, it's good to have a guy in your life that you kind of look up to. And
well, you have to look up to him. He's pretty tall.
You do. You got to look up to him. But he's a man's man type of guy. You know, he's just a great man, served our country, and I just got a lot of respect for he and his wife both. They're just tremendous folks. So. Well, that will wrap it up today. Don't have you know what the impossible question is today?
What?
I don't have one, so it's impossible. So that's today's impossible question. We got to wrap it up. Been a lot of fun. Any final comments, Kaye? It's been a fun day.
Well, y'all go have a good holiday.
Rick?
I have no comments.
No comments. So there you go. It's Rick's impossible answer. Empty. Hey, Tomorrow's Promise. Again, support them if you've got a young one looking for a place that you need to watch them thrive and be successful. It's Tomorrow's Promise. More information online at tomorrowspromise.info. Love the staff. Love the teachers. Hey, I even love the director and the president. So, oh, wait, that's Kaye.
That's Kaye.
No, she does a great job, and she is very passionate about children. And I guarantee when you get your children over there, you're going to find a place that's going to take care of them, and they're going to teach them and set them up for success in life. Not just temporary success that's going to be here today, gone tomorrow, but it's values that will take them through life. That is what the Montessori method teaches, and you can get it only at Tomorrow's Promise. Not a daycare, not a child care. It is a child education center. Is kind of how I phrase it. Kaye, is that all right?
Yes.
Fulfillment. It's a fulfillment center. No, that sounds like Amazon.
It does.
Yeah.
Child fulfillment center.
I want one of those, and then I want. No.
Yeah, not a fulfillment center, but it will fulfill their life. All right, that'll wrap it up. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Excited about the remainder of this week. Jason Bay will be with us, and then, of course, we'll be back on Friday. We will do the Billy Cawthon Restaurant Report probably over at the Frank's Tacos here in Huntsville at McWilliams to support CASA. As I end every show, reminding you this morning, friends, that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. I do want to remind you again tonight here at First, we are having our fall festival. Please come join us. Families are all welcome. Even if you don't have any children, come over and hang out with us from 5 to 7 tonight. That'll wrap it up. We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, 7:30, Kaye, on the dot. We will not be late if the good Lord's willing and the creeks don't rise. So until then, God bless you. We will see all of you later on. So long.
Adios.